Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are jumping back to Kawaii Potato Station for a little while today as we are preparing to bring our retirees home. So we've transferred the crew into the Mark 6 Shuriken and are getting them all set and doing some resource transfer. We need to balance out the load in the shuttle to get it to the appropriate weight balance or fore aft balance for our reentry procedure, which does require also putting a lot of our supplies onto Kawaii Potato Station, which is exactly what the shuttle is intended to do. It will bring up enough fuel and life support for a round trip through Nemo, Dory, or Crush to a lunar station and back, and enough life support supplies to keep the station topped off and comfortable for whatever crew has to wait on station for a month or two while we go do other things instead of bringing them home. But I imagine it was very nice for them to see Earth up close after so many years in low lunar orbit, certainly not being radiated beyond our recognition. So I had no intention of shooting for a runway landing. I just want to put this crew down on dirt because it's safer than water. And this is very, very, very precious cargo on this flight. These are like all of our, I don't know, I guess history and record-setting Kerbals. Our first Kerbal on the moon. Alice Campbell is on board. Glenn Armstrong, the first Kerbal on Mars. Lee Bowman, the second Kerbal on Mars, and the engineer Nina, who got him off Mars, are all amongst this crew, and they were kind of isolated in the lunar station to keep them safe. But it turns out we got a pretty good descent angle, and we maybe could have gone for Florida had I planned things just a little better, or had maybe done a practice run. Beautiful sunrise as we are coming in over the Pacific Ocean and into the Gulf of California and across on into Mexico. We will be crossing over Texas at a pretty good rate of speed, and had I not spent so much time deflecting north to make sure we stayed over land, we probably could have had the cross range to make it all the way to Florida, but instead, looks like we're going to come down somewhere near New Orleans in the Louisiana Delta. So we've just gone ahead and nosed in, and we're just kind of venting fuel through RCS for, reasons. And now the quest begins to find a runway, and I think I found one behind us, so we're going to start angling in. There I am, circling it with the mouse, and we'll drop out a super high time warp, only to realize that we're still coming in at like 210 meters per second and 500 some odd meters off the deck, which is way too fast to hit this runway. And again, not wanting to chance it and do a bunch of S-turns and possibly stall out, we're just going to go ahead and overshoot this runway and, land somewhere in a swamp or something, just so long as they're safe. But anyway, I'm going to turn you over to Old Me for the actual landing. So 110 meters, 142. I think we're on solid approach. Let's get the gear down and locked. Click. There it is. 135. We are clear for landing. -5, that's too fast. Whoa, buddy. Generally, this thing is pretty easy to control. We're gonna switch back. Nope, never mind. Pull up, 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 pull up. 4, 3, that's good. 7. Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ. Crash. No. Okay. Okay. Brakes. They are down. They are safe. No fatalities. You know what? We'll take that. So we'll lock the brakes and recover the vessel and bring them all home with promises of a new retirement center. Unfortunately, there's only 5 Kerbals on board. There should have been 6. We forgot someone. Way to go, Crash. Changing gears again, we're going to jump out to our now operational lunar research station, where, well, while it's operational and they've got some data to work with, there's just not a whole lot to go on. So we have this nice scientific kit ready to go for us. And this is being played back in times 4x speed, and I guess it was happening at such a slow rate where the frame rate was so bad when I was actually recording this footage. I did not notice that the base appears to be rolling. We should probably have someone inside set the handbrake just to make sure this isn't going to roll down this very slight incline. That would be kind of bad, especially considering what goes on later in this episode. So our first objective here is to load on some of this scientific equipment. Now, initially, we had kept all of this in the storage crate container thing because we had intended on being able to go to more than one biome to collect a bunch of data. However, modularizing this installation does require that we have two supply rovers on hand, one to stay with the base core to, I don't know, keep the crew that's not going roving alive-ish, and a second to attach to the back of the laboratory rover so that they can make a very slow trek across the surface to a new biome. Well, we've got a lot of data to collect here. It turns out we have been to this biome before with a crew and collected a lot of things and radioed it all in, but we've never run any of it through a lab. And I think it was so long ago that we might have one or two experiments that we have not run that we could probably get some science bonuses from. So, like, either way, we can still generate a lot of money through this research station parked right where it is. And yeah, now you can see that rolling is definitely kind of evident. Film canister can't be carried, it's too big. We're just going to mount it to the side very awkwardly so we can take very detailed pictures of the rocks right next to that wheel. But the rest of them, smart me, has put everything else in a crate so it can all be carried in one trip instead of having to make multiple trips to carry a couple things that would have to be strapped to the backpack of a Kerbal. And instead, we'll just carry all two things that are left back before returning this crate to someplace else. We actually don't need it, so we're going to dispose of it, and then we're just going to go ahead, switch to the lab, and start running some of these experiments. Turns out we do have one or two things that have not been radioed in from this biome before, so we'll transmit those home and then gather another working copy to process to the lab. So effectively, we can get paid twice, which is always nice, especially when your space program is doing as bad financially as we are currently. So we can't use physics warp because it makes the base wiggle. That's always a bad time, and we move quite slowly with this crate on our back. It's actually faster to put it down in the dirt and kick it across the lunar surface, at least for a little while. We've got our moonbug dance down pat. Alan Elliott really shaking his tail feathers across the lunar surface as he kicks this crate over to, I think that was our supply module. Yeah, because we landed next to the supply module and then we had to fix the wheels on it. That was, like one episode ago. Good for me for remembering. We're going to push this crate way over here to the supply module because we don't actually need it anymore. We've already drained all of the fuel from said supply module, and so we will be disposing of it because, well, we've spent a good long while cleaning up the massive debris field that was this landing site. Yeah, I've given up on pushing the crate. We're going to put it back on his back and jump, because that's actually the most effective way to get across the lunar surface, is to fly very high and then faceplant. It works. Why not? So we are going to dispose of our garbage in the best way we know how. C4. Demolition bricks. So first thing, we need to get the lunar Uber checked, make sure it is operational. We will pull that pipe port from our influx crate and then just do a very quick systems check. Alan Elliott is not a pilot. However, this does have a controller core on it that can manage stability assist for him, and hopefully he can just be along for the ride to make sure this thing gets the hell out of the way fast enough. And turns out, yeah, all that excessive use of thrusters on the way down has caused a pretty serious imbalance with our fuel levels across our 4 primary side tanks here. So we have to do a fairly lengthy and stupid process of balancing the weight out on the Lunar Uber 2 here, just to make sure we have a nice, stable, easy flight profile. And currently, you'll notice that our surface thrust to weight ratio is about 0.77. This can be augmented. This is in single engine mode, I should point out, and that makes a very, very large difference, because using the aft thrusters actually accounts for the engine thrust of about almost one more engine. I think it's like 3/4 of an engine, which would put us just over 1 TWR here on the lunar surface when we have the thrusters engaged to help us with that upward lift. However, it is going to be just a little bit tight. So we always have the option to engage 4-engine mode, or really even 5-engine mode, if we really just need to get the hell out of there as quick as we can. Now, if you'll remember last episode, we had a lot of game crashes during that live stream that actually led to us not getting some fuel on board this Lunar Uber from the supply crawler that we needed, or really I would like to have, to make sure that when the crew comes time to depart and go back up to Hotel Coast Cosmos, has enough fuel to get there. So we're going to take this Lunar Uber and we are going to try to fly it over to the other, the Lab Rover descent stage and scavenge some fuel there. But first, like I said before, we need to clean up our garbage. So I'm going to turn you over to Old Me while we attempt to plant the bomb. Alright, that's down. Setup. Yeah, let's give ourselves plenty of time to get out of here. 120 seconds? That's 110. I think we can get out of here in less than 2 minutes, right? Alright, let's bring down the explosion radius. 5 meters. I think that'll cover it all. Oh, okay. Timer is ticking. Frame rate, terrible. 4, 5. Come on, dude. Skedaddle. We should have plenty of time to get out of here, right? And this is totally not the stupidest idea I've ever had. We've done lots of really stupid things. This pales in comparison to the stupidity that I've done before. Grab! Come on. You got 2 minutes to get out of a blast zone, dude. Think you'd get some pep in your step. Board. Cool. Fuel is balanced. RCS on. SAS on. Ignition. And we're moving. Yep. Okay. Let's get a move on here. Just get out of the blast radius. Come on, man. You can do it. Okay. Yeah. 3 meters per second across the ground. I think we're doing alright here. And yeah, if I come off the H key... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, that's very much the wrong thing. I need to go to the Lab Rover one. Good job. Alright, I think we're clear of the blast zone, so we can null out some of this and start to swing that way. God, our fuel tanks are going to be so unbalanced yet again. Way to go. Crash. Alright. So yeah, we, my hope here was to not actually tip over and, you know, like point the direction I want to go, and instead use these very overpowered thrusters to get us where we need to be, because this, you know, essentially 1.0001 surface TWR makes it pretty easy to just hover. Any minute now I'm expecting that thing to blow up, but of course it's not going to happen until I look away. It's like a, you know, watching a boiling pot or something. Alright. Yeah, we're still drifting away from it. Oh, can I keep them both in view? That would be great. Probably not, but we'll see. 8 TWR. Still, if I come off the thrusters, yeah, we start to drop. Pretty slowly, though, and that works out very well in our favor. So let's just stay calm, take it easy. Remember what key corresponds to your directionals, and you'll be just fine. And you can go really far in 2 minutes. A minute and 50 seconds. I guess also it's, ooh, there it is. Oh, really? We didn't blow it all the way up. Okay then, well, I guess, we'll have to take care of that later. But right now, let's just focus on getting a clean landing. Should we try to land right on top of it? Like, maybe we can use it as an ascent stage. Now there's no way the 4 engines will have enough to get us off the ground. Alright, nice and easy crash. Okay, sorry, it's concentrate-y time. Tap. Alright, let's start to make our actual approach here. Don't fall too far down. Yeah. It's weird because we're kind of like fighting up a hill. So coming off the H key results in us like sliding away from it. Which is weird, to say the least. And is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but let's angle this in. There we go. Alright. Dial it in, buddy. Yeah, we'll just, I don't know, I think there's enough room for us on that pad. Never bothered to check the measurements or the specs. I just think it would be kind of funny, and like I said, this is all just a stupid idea anyway. So why not just go for the most amount of stupid we can cram into one idea? Alright. Nope. Yeah. Back. We do need a little bit of altitude. Our TWR is up to 0.86. 3 kilometers per second, which is still, what did we land at, like 2? 1 point something? I think it was just under 2, because we used a lot more fuel coming down than we normally would have. Okay. Yeah. I came off the I key, so we drifted back a little bit. Because hills. I guess, yeah, if we're flat with the ground, our thrust vector is actually pointing us away from it because it wants the ground to be level for that to be an accurate summation of things, so I should actually be leaning into this about the same grade of the hill, but I don't know what the grade of the hill is. So I'm just gonna instead make up for it by draining lots and lots and lots of fuel. I hope that we actually get a surplus of fuel out of this, or I'm going to feel real stupid. Okay, there we go. Bump. No. Don't slow down the approach. Nope, too far over. Just get over the dumb thing, dude. I am wasting so much fuel. I'm very glad I don't have a runtime on this Astris engine, or I would be screwed, and poor Alan here would be dead. Come on, man. Really just cannot let up on this key. It is very difficult to get above this thing, so let's just lean in just a little bit, see if we can't overcome the fact that we're on a hill. I mean, it can't be more than like a 4 or 5 degree slope, right? Because we considered it mostly level for when we parked the base on it. Come on, man. Just get there. I mean, not that, like, having a lit engine directly above your unshielded hypergolic fuel tank is particularly smart. But oh, Kerbal Space Program. No, too much. Bring it back. Come on. Dude. Me now. I mean, it's a circle, so I don't know. Unless we're too big, I shouldn't have to rotate anyway, but come on. I feel like we're hitting something. We can't be. We are, I don't know, 16 meters off the deck. We should be well clear of that thing height-wise on all axes. Wrong key yet again. Always wrong key. I swear I've played this game before. Alright, but just... Yeah, I'm really bad at docking things too. Can you tell? Easy, easy. Start to bring it home. I don't think we're gonna fit. Yeah, I especially not oriented like this. I don't think we're gonna fit. Oh, coming down a little fast and off. Nope. Yeah. What? Oh no. No, no, no. Tipping over, very bad time. What did we hit? We were like well clear of everything. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna back off and park. I think Alan Elliott is sick of my shenanigans. Alright, all we have to do is kind of neutralize out this horizontal velocity and we should be a-okay. We're just going to go ahead and park. Keep an eye on that vertical speed, less than a meter per second. Perfect. Coming up on a 0.96 TWR just on the main engine, so very nice we do this now. Boink. Engine shutdown. We're down. Nice. Okay. Hooah. Just about time to go ahead and get back to work. So we're going to basically repeat the process here that we did with our other junk platform, and that we're going to hop out. We're going to attach a KIS fuel hose here. We do it by attaching to the crates at the bottom of the Lunar Uber because we had an incident where the attachment point or the hose reset the root parting on the original Uber and basically made it almost unflyable. But attaching it through another attachment point like this, if it somehow the crate becomes the root part, the crate can be jettisoned and the root will reset itself to, I guess, the original host part. So that kind of avoids the craft becoming largely unflyable and really screwing up the fuel priority. So there wasn't really a whole lot of fuel in this descent stage because we used it more appropriately, I guess, for a nice soft touchdown. This was for the lab module. There's the junk that we have sitting around, and all the fuel was in the base plate. So we were able to very quickly extract what we needed. We will recollect our connection points, of course, and then take the wrong way around. Yeah, I meant to go the other way, but we're also checking our inventories. We're going to grab a couple of bricks of C4 just to make sure that we can take care of this, and then, of course, go dispose of the rubble we left last time. But, yeah, plant the bomb. I'll turn it over to old me. Alright, it's down. Is it? Yeah, okay, good. Every time. It scares me. Activate. Let's give ourselves a good lead time here because we're quite a bit heavier. 10 meters is the largest we can make it, huh? Yep. Okay. One more time on the clock. Yeah, 200 seconds. That should give us well enough time to get clear. Alright, timer's running. Close this window. Oh god, terrible frame rate. Come on, let's go, let's go. Yeah, good move there, Alan Elliott. Oh, not this way. The other way, the other way. Oh, just go, just go, just go. Come on. Oh, the wiggles. I went the wrong way again. Man, I'm good at this. Yeah, the dropped frame shuffle. Oh, KSP, never change. Alright, man, I know, it's 200 seconds. It doesn't feel like a very long time. And of course, if it takes out this vehicle, this crew, well, they probably won't die. We can probably get them a replacement before they run out of life support supplies. It's just really, really, really inconvenient. And were they to have an emergency, well, then yeah. Okay, RCS on, SAS on. Alright. There we go. Uh-oh. Ooh. Our TWR on a single engine is .65 frames. Okay, well, looks like we're actually moving. Yeah, altitude 3.4 meters. I don't know if we're actually dragging these landing legs across the ground or what's going on here, but we have enough distance with the ground where we're not breaking anything. Funny, our sink rate is still negative. Is that because we're just like sliding down a hill? Yeah, because oh, there it goes positive. Where altitude remains unchanged. It is millimeters per second. Yeah, it's a really, really bad idea. Hey, it worked the first time, and I'm sure that TWR can do nothing but climb, as long as we're just dumping fuel out the back and the sides. We should be good, right? Oh, except we have to climb a hill. According to our vertical speed indicator, we are actually climbing. I don't know if that's because we're going up a hill. Alright, I think we should be clear of the blast radius by now. Never feels like it, though. Like, it never, ever, ever feels like you're far enough away from an explosive charge. So I think, yeah, technically we are just kind of dragging our landing legs across the surface. So I don't know if this is technically cheating. I really should have switched to 4-engine mode. We're already here. I feel like now it's too late. I really don't want to, like, go up to have to come back down. Although this is taking long enough to where it might actually be more fuel efficient to do it that way. Although running 4 engines to land is not exactly ideal. So I guess we can run this single engine for 4 times as long. Get the same efficiency, right? Is that how this works? Well, the thruster ports, that's going to chew through a lot. Yeah, TWR is up to 0.68. And I think we've stopped kind of climbing the hill. Just like, as soon as I turn the camera away, I know that thing is going to pop. But I also kind of need to see where I'm going. Kind of, though. Yeah, it's going to leave the frame. At least we didn't end up on that big hill, right? We should be thankful for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's still at 3.4 meters, so I guess, of course we haven't climbed, although that our displayed TWR 0.69 does not include our aft thrusters. which again provide a pretty good oomph. I think, alright, dot 7. So if thrusters provide 3/4 of an engine's thrust. Was it 3/4? I think it was somewhere around there. Oh, 3.5 meters. Yes, now we are actually climbing. I think we're technically off the ground now. Oh, very technically. We're going to park this in nice and close. Oh. And thank goodness, it appears to be entirely gone. So all of those parts can now be removed from memory. Not really going to help our frame rate a whole hell of a lot, but every little bit counts, I guess. Alright, let's rely on the hill to slow us down a bit here as we just, I don't know, choke up the bottom of the craft with, like, spent fuel. Coking. Or is that only on Keralox engines? Who knows? Not me. 6.2 meters. Oh, we actually got some fairly decent altitude. As hilarious as that sounds. So I can very gently come off the H key every now and again. Yeah, good. We can still land this thing nice and easy. We just like a nice tight parking spot where hopefully we won't hit the solar array on the way back up. And so if we need to articulate the solar array, I don't think we will, but it'd be nice to have the option. And still, I like to think that I'm pretty good at parking. And within 25 meters, of course. That is always a requirement with the Kerbal attachment system. Okay. That should do it. I think we're within 25 meters. I guess we'll hop out and find out, right? Alan Elliott, yeah, we're gonna get back to work here. Really doesn't have a whole lot to do other than we're gonna hook this up to the lunar station here and transfer what little fuel is left from the core stage. We're also going to take some things out of these crates so that we can be considerably lighter on our way back up. Yeah, all the crate things were designed for this cleanup mission. Doesn't look like we needed nearly as much as I thought we would, which was, well, those posts were to run fuel pipes through in case we couldn't get within 25 meters. And, you know, the charges for cleaning stuff up, which we still have yet to take care of. So the fuel pipes are hooked up. We are going to go finish out this little bit of debris before we pack it in for the day. The night, I guess. It's very dark here on the moon. Rough landing, but he's alright. Walk it off. Plant the charge. This one should be pretty easy to get away from. 20 seconds time. God, it clicks down so fast. And then just get the hell out of there. Make sure you bounce a whole bunch. Nicely done. I'm glad the view stabilized just in time for us to enjoy that one last explosion from our nice little bit of cleaning up. Now there is one more debris thing. It's about a click and a half off. We're probably just going to leave that one alone or delete it from the tracking station because we're not going to go walking for 1.5 kilometers with the lunar frame rate jiggle. It's not going to be a thing. So Alan Elliott here is going to unload as much from the crates here on the lunar Uber as he can, and then we'll start the refueling procedure. We're going to have to do another balance pass because we were using thrusters in a very biased manner, so all the 4 primary tanks will have to be drained as much as possible and then filled back up from a single tank so that we can get an even fuel load across the board. And, you know, hey, why not also take in the waste products as much as we can anyway, and then top off the life support just so we can make sure that their ride back up to Hotel Coast Cosmos will be as comfortable as possible. But I'm not going to bore you with yet another 25 minutes of resource transfer. I'll take care of this stuff on my own. So that's going to do it for this one, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.